Hey guys, and welcome to our first ever episode of Makeup Madness. And today we're gonna be attempting to do my face like the Kelly Clarkson. According to TikTok, the way that you should be doing your makeup is like your celebrity lookalike. And according to Google, my celebrity lookalike is Kelly. They gave me a lot of other people, but she was the first person to pop up. And I feel like I see a little resemblance. So we're gonna be doing my makeup like her today. I did research the steps and I wrote it all down in my notes. And of course I had to make a little bit of adjustments to my face shape. But overall, I think it came out good. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is prime my face. Now, according to this look, I'm only supposed to prime in my T-zone and leave the rest of my face with a moisturizing primer. So I'm gonna be using the LA Pro Prep Primer. And in my T-zone, so that's my forehead, my chin, and on my nose. I just love this primer because it's really smoothing. Like I really feel like it blocks my pores. So I'm really hoping like a concentrated amount in my T-zone will make a big difference. We're gonna do my moisturizer a little bit on the rest of my face, so like my cheeks and under my eyes. Gonna find out this dry for a second. Next, we're gonna need to apply very thin layers of foundation, and I read that the foundation needs to be a little bit lighter than the skin because we have to go heavy on the bronzer. So I'm going with my old foundation. I just put it on the top of this so that I can get and just spread. Whoa, I forgot how liquidy this is. Oh, it's really slippery. I'm gonna put foundation everywhere I would normally put it. So on my nose, try my best to pat it in. I really hope it's blending well. It's a very wet foundation, I must say. And of course, we're gonna let this dry down. Now we're gonna do concealer, which is different than how I normally do my concealer. This is like the placement of my concealer. But in this thing, I'm supposed to do inverted triangles under my eye. So like this. On my bridge of my nose and in the center of my forehead. I might have went a little bit heavy. Just gonna dab off the excess. Okay, so that's the concealer placement. I'm gonna fan it and let it dry down just a little. And I'm gonna take a damp sponge and I'm just gonna squeeze out the excess. And I'm gonna blend. Now I saw this lady do a technique where you actually blend it down towards your face. Like down into your foundation. And then looking down, you go up under your eye. Okay. And then blend it. Just because I haven't done my eyebrows, they didn't even say what stage to do eyebrows. So I think what I am going to do is I'm going to start my eyebrows and then prime my eyelids for the powders. Okay, so eyebrows are down, eyelids are primed. Now it's time to move on to cream, contour, and bronzer. I don't have a brush for bronzer, so I'm gonna use my finger after it's contour, and I'm gonna put it. It's supposed to go like right here, under, like in the hollows kind of your cheekbones, and along your jawline, so like here. They didn't say to contour your nose, which I normally do, so I'm curious to see how it would look. Now I'm gonna take the end of my foundation sponge and I'm gonna just blend it in an upward motion. Then I'll just lift my face. Just on the jawline. I don't know how this is looking with all the lights, but in real life it doesn't look bad. Then for bronzer, I'm gonna go just above that contour. I don't have a brush, so I'm trying to think of what I can use. So I'm going to probably use the same sponge. Just, oh, it doesn't blend them much into each other. I don't know if it's showing up. It's not showing up for me. Now, they didn't say anything about blush. Well, it did say about blush, but it didn't say anything about cream brush. So I'm going to use a neutral brown cream brush that I have. So, like this maxi brush. And I'm going to put it right here. Right under my eye here. Kind of bring it a little bit more up. Kind of lift the face. Then I'm gonna take my blush brush. I'm just gonna pat it up and down. So like blend it down into my contour and up into my, and like I think, oh damn, I think there's like residue blush. Shit. It's like a pink residue blush on my brush. Which is the blush that I was planning to put, so I'm just gonna continue. But this was the blush that I was planning to put either way. This blush dries on really fast. I gotta add some really fast if I'm doing it well. Now it's time to set my concealer. So they said to use a yellow tone concealer, and I don't really have a yellow tone, but I do have this pressed powder on. So what I'm going to do first is I'm gonna go ahead and reset my concealer looking downwards, just to make sure there's no creases in my eye, on my forehead, because we're gonna put the powder everywhere that we put the concealer. It said to use a powder puff, so I'm gonna dip into it in my powder puff, kind of like even it out on the puff, and then roll straight up the eye. Damn, so you guys can with the whole process. My camera overheated and stopped recording and I didn't realize. But this is how it's looking right now. What I was saying is that it's easier for me to get on the sides of my nose and directly under my eye. And I'm supposed to let this sit for a minute really let it set. But I was sweating so bad that I feel like the powder was separating. So the way that I did it, once I dipped it in, roughly the back of my hand to smooth out, and I kind of looked wet under my eye, and on both sides of my neck, all the way down. I did on both sides. Then it's kind of smooth out right now, and then I just went straight up on my nose. Very simple tapping motions, and then branched out to like where I had it here. So this is what it's like. Once it's set, we're supposed to take a large fluffy brush, brush up the excess. So I'm gonna let it sit for a while, and let's work on our powder bronzer and contour and our powder blush. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there is like a separating thing that's happening right here. I really don't know what this is. Don't know if it's because I'm sweating, don't know if it's because of glare. Primer I have no idea. I wonder if I can fix it. If I fix my concealer. Okay, the bigger it's gotten does kind of help. I've had this happen to me like on the hair, but never like to this extent all over my teeth like this. I'm really confused. But let's just move on. Maybe I can try to fix it after. I'm gonna use this palette. This shade is called bronzer. This shade is called contour. So with this small stippling brush, I'm going to go into the contour shade. Tapping it, and I'm just gonna go right here. I don't want to go too crazy with that. So it's really harsh and pigmented. I feel like this side is too harsh. I want to roll it out. Okay, so then I had to redo my under eye because I really don't know what was wrong, but I think it's better now. I think really I was sweaty and it kind of mixed with the powders and everything. But now, since I've already done my contour, I'm just going to move on quickly to my bronzer. So we're going to go into this shade for the bronzer. Now from the excess, and I'm going to go right between the blush and the contour. They didn't say to do bronzer on your forehead, they only said to do it wherever you had your contour. I don't know if I should do bronzer down here because of that. But we're just gonna go for it, I guess. Feels weird to not do it on my forehead though, so I'm just gonna do a teensy bit, just like to even things out. Okay, let's move on. Now you're meant to use like a rosy tone blush. This is the excess that I had on my blush brush a while ago. That's why I said I didn't really bother. So I'm just gonna use this to set the blush just a little bit, not too much. Gonna up to my eyebrows and more circular motions. Yeah, I think that's the heaviest I'm gonna go with blush. So because the instructions didn't tell me how to do my eye, I just watched a picture of her and I saw that she has a kind of a nice neutral berry look eyeshadow. So what I did, I just took my blush, contour and bronzer and I just filled it into my eyelid space. On my eyelid here, bronzer in my crease, contour along the side of my nose, a little bit of contour, and like blush in the outer edges just to blend it all and just not to have my eyes empty. Now let's do the lip. So I'm coming a little closer for this one, and for the lip they just said a chocolate liner with a nude lip. So chocolate liner. I don't know if this is a nude lipstick, but this is like the most nude-ish lipstick that I have, and I'm just gonna go a little light because it is a bit pink. Then I'm gonna, it's kind of like nude enough, right? I saw someone do something once where if it's not nude enough, you can add a bit of your concealer to kind of mute it in. Take a little bit of my concealer and just put like here. I'm kind of scared I ruin it. I think it kind of worked. Do you think that it worked, or did I ruin it? Then we're supposed to add a clear gloss or nude gloss above it. I don't have any nude gloss. I'm gonna get a clear gloss. Like one of my favorite glosses ever. It has like some gold flicks in it. This is literally tube. I've had this for a while. I just can't seem to get another one, and I can't even remember the name right now because it's literally rubbed off the tube. I have a little tool. I'm gonna roll it to distribute the lip gloss to the edges. And also help blend the lip together. What do you think? Okay, now I'm gonna do some lashes and then we're gonna set my face. I almost ruined my entire face trying to stick my lashes because I was literally crying. But this is the final face, guys. What do we think? Now let's go ahead and set this. I'm gonna actually do a trend that I saw on TikTok where people are using their Got3 to set the makeup because they say it works so well. So I actually have some. I'm just gonna try it. They say to hold it really far from your face. I'm gonna turn off my fan for a second. So like really far. Whoa, I was not expecting. Literally ripped off the corners of my lashes though. Okay, I'm gonna put my fan on immediately to help it dry. And I'm gonna let this set and then come back with my hair and everything done. Okay guys, so this is the final look. What are our thoughts? I feel like it looks really similar to a makeup look that I've done before. Actually, it's kind of really similar to my normal makeup look, minus the powders, because I feel like I usually use white translucent powder, this powder to be exact, to set my concealers. I also do concealer here, and I set this down here. I usually set all the way on here, so like my T-zone is usually very bright. So this neutral thing kind of looks kind of cute. I'm gonna bring that a little bit closer to my face so that we can really get a better look at it. But yeah, I really like how it looks. I like the lip, I love the eyebrows, the colors I think look very pretty on me, like. Okay, so let's go sit outside in some like natural sunlight. I think it came out good, and I think I look like V Kelly. Or am I just tripping? What do you think though? Let me know in the comments. Is there any other makeup look that I should try? Maybe another celebrity lookalike, or just maybe something fun and something crazy. I don't know. You let me know. If you made it to the end of this video, don't forget to leave a like and leave a brown heart in the comments so that I know that you made it this far. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because there are gonna be videos like this coming out every Monday. Thanks for sticking around to the end, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye.